G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I'm just taking my resin's temperature, as you do. I'm going to do a 3D bloom for you today. Hopefully you can see that. 33, 34. I'm just about to hit 35 degrees, which is about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees. Okay, so that's what we want. And I'm just going to pour that into my mold. Try not to get too many bubbles in it. Gosh, I hope I've made enough to go through that. Make a little layer in my mold. Oh gosh. It's going to take its time to move across. Now I'm just going to clean off my little probe here before it dries. Turn that off. Okay, so that's that done. Now I'm just going to push my resin to the edges here. Actually, I'm making bubbles doing that. Let's just do this, shall we? Let's just do this. Much easier. This is my small poinsettia mold. I have a small, a medium, and a large. Hope I've made enough resin. Should be enough. You only need a small layer, a thin layer for your base. So I'm going to pour a little bit more into that. I only really need 20 grams. I'll just weigh this. I put in 30, but I think I only need 20. So that'll do. 20 grams. Now, let me see. I haven't got that little corner there covered. I probably should have made up a little bit more resin. I did, it's the Let's Resin 4-hour fast cure. It's a 1-to-1. I did 75 grams of A, 67 grams of B. So let me just grab any little bubbles I can see clinging to the edge and a hair, and then we'll drop the ink in, and then I'll make up my white. Gosh, I'm having trouble getting to all the edges. Bubbles, not too bad. I did mix up my resin, and then because I had to wait about 20 minutes or so for it to get to the correct temperature, I thought I might as well just pop it in my vacuum chamber. So I did that just to get the bubbles out. The bubbles will affect your bloom shape, okay? It'll kind of make them, it'll break them up. Right, so I'll mix up my white in a minute, but it's important to get your inks in as fast as you can. So I'm using Fuchsia alcohol ink by Resin. Octopus Fluids and Bloody Mary. So basically red and orange. So I just want to alternate these. Have the red or pink. It's kind of a pinky tone. I'm going to go pink in front of the orange like that, and then go with the orange again. Okay, like so. All right. Oh gosh, no, what was I think that's that one. So yeah, pink and orange, but with the pinks I've only got like a really pale pink, so I thought I'll go fuchsia, because that way, you know, once the white hits, it'll go pale anyway. So I'm using my bloom. Now with the bloom, you can twist it I'm turning the whole thing. 1, 2. You can turn it twice. So if you want a little small drop though, just turn it halfway. Now I've got 20 grams in there, so I'm just going to do 2 little drops. So wait for it to come to the end of the nozzle there. I've just opened this. Just opened this one. So 1, give it a squeeze. Wait till it gets to the end of the nozzle and then let go, okay? Don't keep squeezing, otherwise you'll get like a big train behind it. So that's all I want, just 2 little drops, like so. If you want a really delicate, more transparent look, if you're doing like a black background, you might only want to do 1 drop per 20 grams. But if you want something a little bit more opaque, like I'm doing today, 2 drops per 20 grams, or 1 drop per 10 grams, okay? 30 grams, 3 drops. 40 grams, 4 drops, and so on. So you can, it's still transparent. How's my colours looking there? Perfect. All right, so I'm going to pop my white in a little piping bag. When I was stirring, I thought, I wonder what sort of piping I should do today. Like I've been doing a lot of just the spirals, and I thought, let's do something a little bit different today, shall we? So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to swirl my colours together. I'm just going to leave them like that. See what they do. Now, this I can feel is nice and warm. It's not hot. It's probably just about body temperature. If you can feel it, that it's warm, then obviously it's above your body temperature. But you don't want it too hot. Now, snip a little bit off. Can you see that? About 3-4 millimeters. Just check it. And if you think it's too small, you can cut it bigger, but you can't make it any smaller. All right. Now, I'm just going to do something. Try and do something a little bit different. I have no idea what I'm going to do until I start, really. Make sure that's tucked in. It's going to do like petals. I was just going to do it like with my stick, and then I thought, oh, let's do the petals. I'm going to try not to do like start, stop, start, stop. So I'm squeezing and then like letting it thin. Whoops. Like so. And then squeeze again, and then sort of let it thin out as it gets towards the edge. And then hopefully I'm not going to get the big blobs. That's the plan anyway. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I want to see how it goes. Wind that up. And I'm going to go and make some more. Try not to put them exactly where I had the last ones. I can't even see where I had them actually. I can't see because the white's only, you know, it's quite sort of transparent. It's not a very opaque white, so I can't really see. And plus, it's disappearing. It's disappearing into the inks. Oh my gosh, butterfingers today. All right, and I'll do a few. I'm also going to do a little circle in the middle like that because I will swirl it. How's that looking? How's that looking? Now, I've only used probably half of what I put in there, so not very much at all. Now, what I'm going to do is, where I see a little blobby, just going to, haven't really got many blobbies. I've tried not to get blobbies, but if I can see one, I'm just going to sort of thin it out. But no, I don't really have any. All right, let's just torch. Very, very lightly, very quickly. Don't burn your mold. But yeah, I shouldn't have very many bubbles because I did put it in the vacuum chamber. So it's just obviously the bubbles that I had probably in the white because I was stirring my white like crazy. Now hopefully that will spread. I'm going to get out my little heat gun here and I'm going to give it a bit of a heat and a bit of a push from the sides. Try and sort of hold it more horizontal just to get that white to start moving. Don't have to do this. but I just like to give it a bit of a warm up. Don't do it too much because, you know, you've just waited. I've waited probably, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I'll have to look at my clock and work it out. Waiting for my resin to thicken so that my white doesn't sink. And then by heating it, you're making it thin again and, you know, your white will sink. So not too much, just enough to get the heat activating that bloom, that white paste, and get it moving. That's all you want, really. Get it going. So that's it. Now I want to do a little. I haven't put anything in the middle like crystals or gems or butterflies or anything. So I just want to make sure I get a little bit of white in there, just to make a little bit of a swirl, like so. All right, so that's basically it. That's all I'm going to do. It's going to hopefully be really pretty, very delicate. When that has set, I am going to back it with turquoise. I thought that would look really pretty with it. Okay, so I am going to do that. So basically, yep, that's it. I can't do anything else. Just have to wait now. You probably won't even be able to see the petals. I don't know if you'll be able to actually see the petals as such, because they're white petals on a white mold, and you know, they're not all that opaque, so I don't know if you can. There's one. I don't know if you can actually see them or not. There's one. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Wait and see what happens. So I'll give it a few hours, maybe even just 2 hours actually, because it just needs to be tacky. It doesn't have to be fully cured. This has to be tacky enough to put the next layer on without the other colour falling into this layer. Yep, so I will see you then. Righto, it's time for the top coat, and look at that. Look how it's all moved. The colours are just really delicate. It's all been pulled into the centre, so there's not much left on the outside. But I love it. I just hope it looks pretty on the other side. So there's my blue. It's kind of like a bluey turquoisey shade. It looks blue on the screen, but it's more of a teal. And that's it there. I'm using the Platinum 360 Plus because it's nice, easy resin to use. It's going to cure up fast. And that's what you want. It's a good all-rounder. So good for doing top coats. Alrighty. Let's just pour this on. It looks beautiful like that. Like you could use that side, couldn't you? But anyway, we need to cover it. Make sure it's set. Yes, it is. It's still soft, obviously, but we can pour a top coat on it. Now, it's a good idea just to pour into the middle and let the resin push its way into all the edges and hopefully minimize bubbles by doing that, rather than you know, trying to pour into each little area. If you just pour into the middle and let the resin push itself into all the little nooks and crannies, it's probably the best way to do it. I mean, you can help it along by just doing that. Make sure it's done. All right, I'm done. I can go to bed now. It's done. All right, so basically that's it. Now, because this is the back, we can give it a little torch. We can give it a little spray with alcohol, isopropyl, because this is the back. I wouldn't do it if it's the top, because I find that I get like a watermark oil slick type residue from the isopropyl. Look at it moving. You can see there, those of you that don't know how resin moves, you can see it literally doing it before your eyes. It's pulling away from the side, it's coming in, and that's how your bloom works. When you do your little piping line, this is what happens. it moves, and that gives you that lovely spreading of your bloom. But only if your resin's thick enough. Like, I don't have any heavy white paste in this. There's nothing to sink. It's just all moving together. So that's how it works. All right, that's it for me. And we'll have to wait till morning now. I'll get up in the morning and go, yay, it's unmolding day. So hopefully it's going to be really pretty. All right, see you real soon. Right, I got up. I said hello to the dogs. I raced straight into the studio. I haven't had my coffee or anything. So let's have a look and see what this is like on the other side. A bit nervous about it. Hope it's going to look pretty. Might end up having more colour on the other side. You know what? Because the inks have been covered by the white, so you might not see much colour on this side, but maybe you'll see it on the other side. Maybe. I will link the poinsettia tray mold in my description down below for you. All right, let's do this, you guys. Oh, this is nerve-wracking, but I hope the blue's going to look really pretty with it. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, look at the blue on it. That is gorgeous. Do you like that? Look at the I probably overswirled. I swirled twice. Oh, I waited until it was a little bit more set. I think I swirled again. Oh, it's so pretty. What do you think? Do you like the way the petals have all moved in? So you can still see the pink, the orange, the pink, the orange, the pink, the orange, the way that I've done it on the edges there. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Don't need to do anything else to it. If you wanted to, you could put a little bit of gold along the edge, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's beautiful the way it is. So I'm so happy that that's worked, you guys. Love it. Do a little close-up pan there for you. You can actually see the blue through the white, sort of underneath, because the white wasn't very opaque. But of course, if you don't want that effect, if you want your white more opaque, you can just add another drop. But I don't like it any more opaque than that. I think that's perfect. Love it. All right, I'll just walk around the room a little bit with it. Have a look in some different lights. And then that will be it, because it's, you know, it's very bright there with the LEDs shining on it. How's that? That's away from all those bright lights. Centre's gone kind of a peachy colour because of the orange and that pink. So we've got like a peach. That's really pretty. Very happy with it. Come away from all those bright lights. There we go. It's more natural light. Right, very happy with that one. And also, it's a really good idea, you know, when your resin's still a bit soft. This is a great mold to be turning into a bowl. Easy just to, you know, bend it into a bowl once it's cured enough to handle. All right, love it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Take care. Bye for now.